So Ta'amu, the senior from right near Pearl Harbor, looking to throw on the first play. Wants to go deep. There's a receiver open. Right out of the gate. NWO. A TD.
Shots. Jordan Ta'amu has a tremendous touch on the deep ball. Maximum protection and a beautiful throw to start. Brand new starting secondary for Alabama, and they knew they were going to get challenged tonight. First play out of the gate, Ole Miss strikes for a touchdown.
Matt Luke said we absolutely at the start of the year. From the 25. Ole Miss's second play. They threw a 75-yard touchdown pass on the first. Trying to do it again, and it's incomplete. Looking for DeMar.
Play on the football.
They have 5 members of the secondary from last year's national championship team that went on to the NFL. 3 on active squads, 2 on practice squads. So that was an
important part of the game for the Rebels offense.
And they have to feel like they have to score a lot tonight with the way their defense has played all year. The pass deflected and falls.
Alabama secondary. But with 2 safeties deep, this suggests running play here for Ole Miss.
C.J. Moore recovered the fumble for Ole Miss. Here's Scotty Phillips.
Pass protector. He's really been a nice addition to this offense.
Just the 8th player ever to rush for 200 yards in a game for Ole Miss. Ta'amu has good feet. Throws on the run. Out of bounds.
In connection.
Looked like Alabama was offside. Might be a freebie for Ta'amu. Metcalf looked like he pushed off from here. No, his dad, Patrick. 3-time Pro Bowl defensive back to the Miami Dolphins. Ta'amu's pass deflected on 3rd.
7 touchdown passes, averaged 37 yards apiece.
Scotty Phillips, nice run on first down for the Rebels.
Field, find your weaknesses.
Play fake to Phillips. They want to throw it on 2nd and 1, and it's dropped.
Plays like that. And then they've got to convert when they get nice opportunities.
Ta'amu hands it off on the run. Phillips into the secondary, across midfield, and down to the 4. Tonight, there might be a lot of flags on both sides. Isaiah Willard, the backup running back, is in. On target, A.J. Brown.
Only 1 catch for 6 yards in the game at Tuscaloosa last year. They really focused on him.
Couple of fakes and a strike for a first down, and they're back across midfield.
Single coverage up at the top.
McMillan has taken the place of Wilson at linebacker. Ta'amu trying to take advantage of the single coverage, and he might.
And because Jennings got him, watch 33 come from the top of the screen. He was not able to get enough on this football because he had single coverage on the outside.
Zach Wilson back on the field for Alabama. Out of the gun on 2nd and 10. Ta'amu takes off running. He got blasted and fumbled, and Alabama has the football. At the 38. Things that Nick Saban said was a double-edged sword. You're ahead.
Right.
You feel comfortable perhaps making a change, but you don't want the momentum of the game to change when you have them on the ropes. He has a lot of respect for the scoring ability of this Ole Miss team. So you want 2nd and 5. Scotty Phillips. Deontay Thompson swung him around, then sent him backwards. They'll
pass and take their shots when they present themselves.
Isaiah Willard gives Scotty Phillips a breather. He stayed in the block for Ta'amu, on target to DK Metcalf. First down. He got chopped down to the 3rd.
You have to stay with your plan. You got to believe you got enough time to make some plays, because what you don't want to do is force one down a little bit if you can and try to regroup the best they can.
Willard remains the back. Ta'amu faked it to him, and it's incomplete. Trying to
Sean Rawlings right here. Last week against Southern Illinois, 9 penalty. There's the tackle, the takedown by the center, and that's a hard ask to block Quinn and disruptive inside defensive tackle for Alabama.
Veteran offensive line, and Ta'amu is dumped. Christian Miller, the linebacker.
Sack.
3rd down, 28. There is a flag down. Jump ball. And almost intercepted.
Here and get into Alabama territory. Down 3 scores right now.
Just a three-man rush. Ta'amu to the 42-yard line. All right, Adnan. Great to be working with you tonight. Tim Tebow here in Oxford this weekend with our SC.
Because Jordan Sims gets a tackle right here, and this is Bugs over here with the hands to the face. Or actually up on the top here is Isaiah Bugs. Greg Little, the left tackle, one of the highest regarded left tackles in college football.
We might have the two best left tackles in college football in this game tonight.
He's longer and a little bit heavier than Laramie Tunsil, who was the last great left tackle they had here.
And a first-round pick. Ta'amu throws a beautiful deep ball, a stride ahead of DeMar.
Here's where you need your best player to make a play right here. A.J. Brown, 3 catches. They need him to step up and make a play.
3rd down and 10. Ta'amu under pressure, escapes, has the first down and much more. Slides down.
Big play, big play. You need a conversion. The pocket collapses. You try to keep the play alive. You break a couple arm tackles, and you get your team a new set of downs with the slide.
After the play fake to Scotty Phillips, going deep for single coverage and incomplete. Well covered by. On 2nd and 10, back to the run with Scotty Phillips. He got 3.
Here, it looks like he's going to be on Trayvon Diggs. That doesn't look like a good matchup to me, unless Diggs is blitzing off that slot.
You'd think 4-down territory here for Coach Matt Luke. Pressure for Ta'amu, running for his life. Throws, caught. The coordinator wanted to make sure they have the right play on this key 4th down. 4-man Alabama rush, but they still get pressure on, and a sack. Christian Miller.
And his numbers through 3 games almost identical to Baker Mayfield's last year through his first 3 games.
Yeah, he's replacing the Heisman Trophy winner, and there really hasn't been any drop-off at quarterback.
In that defensive front that are ready to take on bigger roles.
3rd down and 1, and Phillips dropped for a loss. Big loss season.
Watch just inside. Now this is kind of a bare defense. They're covering up both guards in the center, and Quinnen Williams, who has been a disruptive force all season. He doesn't look as
led him to his major here at Ole Miss, so the impact of a high school teacher, lingering effects.
And Knox came here largely for the academics. He was a walk-on, not on scholarship.
He was a quarterback in high school before switching to tight end.
Ta'amu goes down. You're out of Columbia, South Carolina.
Alabama is able to do what they want to do on defense. That's play with 2 safeties, rush with 4, and get enough pressure to harass the quarterback. They're playing man.
Managerial change made a big difference for the St. Louis Cardinals this year. At least it seems to have. Isaiah Willard, the ball carrier. Alabama does.
And happy for Tua. And his handling of his situation has given him
at the helm. But as you said, it's clear that Jalen Hurts is an improved thrower this season. Willard did not get a first down, and that's for Ohio State without Urban Meyer. They're in a battle there for sure. Ohio State averaged 64.5 points per game in their first 2.
The gate here early in the season. Now, you know, they played in a very hostile environment, College Station, a week ago, but they haven't looked.
Starter late last year when Shea Patterson got injured. Since transferred to Michigan, the pass is batted down to the line of scrimmage by Anthony Jennings. Those talented sophomore wide receivers. After the interception, they took a look at the replay and deemed that C.J. Moore was down. His knee hit the ground at the 4.
I think it's got a big lock on the front too. Holly's probably got in.
Holly knows everything about all of these turnover things. Maybe that they just don't want him to get off the bench. And
turnover.
Yep, they're trying to take something away from this, and right on cue, an interception and a touchdown for Xavier McKinney.
Now, Xavier McKinney is right here, and again, it looks like 2 safeties that are going to split, but he's going to work to the middle and just kind of bait Ta'amu into the throw. He's reading the eyes of the quarterback the whole time, and he picks it off. That's a case where the quarterback's eyes were outside. Did last week in one of their home games. They have not played well tonight, but they still have a whole
ball here. His brother played football here. Matter of fact, his brother was the starting quarterback here. Tom is now on the staff. He said it was pretty cool when you're in the 7th or 8th grade. You drive up in their arch rival game in the Egg Bowl. Third and 9. Ta'amu taken down by Jamie Mosley. The Lord talk some stuff at each other.
Yeah.
Jordan Ta'amu, a little option look, and here's Tylen Knight thrown across the.
His whole rhythm has been disrupted. He has not had a good ball game, but he's still out there, and this is an opportunity.
And Lodge has won.
Well, here's what happens when you play Alabama. Nick Saban and his defense, they're tough opponents, but on the road, really only that game at LSU.
It'll be double-digit favorites, you would think, in all.
It's interesting.
Well, we haven't really talked about Ta'amu's backstory. He's the starting quarterback here. We mentioned earlier, no D1 offers out of high school.
Right.
Wanted to play at the Jordan School, and he seems like a very honest and smart guy. So we're going with it. But he wasn't even the starter his first year there. He had a magnificent second season.
And it paid off last year as he's always repped his #1 and #2 offense, and particularly the quarterbacks, the same number of plays. And so when Shea Patterson was hurt last year, you play up tempo like they like to play. When they've got it rolling, they're playing extremely fast. You know, it's obviously he's talented, but his efficiency is remarkable. I mean, there's just very few wasted plays. I mean, every decision is a good decision. Slobber on there for you, and we'll be good.
Yeah.
Wow.
He's probably saying we should have done this while the game was still on ESPN before we went over. Not that we don't love being on ESPN News, which is been out dump on us.
Well, he was started out as a defensive back, moved to running back in the spring.
You need to prepare harder for these games. The rest of us were doing namaste this morning at the local yoga. What do we call it?